What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2Times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, y'all know what I need y'all to do. Be sure to like, comment, share. Definitely watch the video to the end. Let's get right into it. Street wars and gang wars usually start over one group hurting a member of another group or beef over territory. If the squads are trapping, the more blocks you take over, the more money to be made. But once it's beef, it's war. And whatever group you decide to ride with, you got to put in work for, which leads to shots fired, bodies dropping, no matter where and what time of day. And today on Hood Tales, we will be taking it to Minneapolis, Minnesota to discuss 10Z and 20Z gangs and their beef against the Bloods in the city and another gang called the Bogus Boys. 10Z and 20Z operated in South Minneapolis, mainly between Franklin Avenue and Lake Street and I-35 West. The goal of the gang was simple: rep their hood, get money for the gang, and protect their neighborhood from trapping, smack, girl, and grass. The 10Z and 20Z kept the shop booming while watching out for ops trying to come in. From robberies and shootings, the gang would allegedly go to war with the Bloods and Bogus Boys. Let's discuss a few alleged situations that happened according to sources. Between August 2014 and September 2014, 5 shootings would take place, almost back to back. In one incident, members of the 10Z and 20Z would allegedly slide on the Bloods near the corner of 37th Street East and Chicago Avenue South in the Powderhorn neighborhood. Shots were fired, hitting Blood members, but they would survive. Just 2 days later, the gang slid on the Bloods again, catching members lacking outside of a McDonald's at the corner of 2nd Avenue South and East Lake Street. The drive-by wouldn't hit no one, but send a message. But one of the most craziest situations would occur outside of a county medical center. When Blood members were visiting a member that was allegedly shot earlier that day by 10Z and 20Z, while the Bloods were making sure their homie was good, 10Z and 20Z allegedly came up with a plan to slide to the hospital the Bloods was at and lure them outside. Once 10Z and 20Z went to the spot, one member would cause a scene, leading the Blood member to come outside. Once outside, shots was fired at them from across the street. But the other gangs would slide back on 10Z and 20Z as well, catching members at the Model Mart gas station in South Minneapolis, letting off shots, striking a member of the Z gang. But according to sources, everything 10Z and 20Z was doing was in retaliation for the Bloods and Bogus Boys sliding on them and trying to take over their territory. But eventually, Minneapolis Police will figure out it was an all-out gang war in the city, linking shootings to other situations and linking guns members were found with to over 50 shootings in the last few years. The biggest thing was the broad daylight shooting outside of the medical center. The streets was talking and police was listening, eventually bringing down indictments on 10Z and 20Z members, charging them with drug trafficking, conspiracy, hits, and weapon charges. With one blicky seized from a member being tied to multiple hits, of course prosecutors painted the picture of a money-hungry street gang willing to go to war and leave bodies for anybody opposing them. At least 7 members were charged and convicted, with one man receiving 140 months for his role in the organization, and other members getting different times for their alleged roles. Gang life is just that, a way of life. Always plotting, trying to have one up on the opposition, always looking over your shoulder, never knowing when you might go to prison, or even worse, get checked out the game for good. Some people choose to live like that, but if you don't have to, don't sign up, because you might be signing your life away. So remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Man, crazy story, you feel me? Salute to Minneapolis, Minnesota, you feel me? I don't know too much about out there, but reading these articles and getting the information from my sources, it seemed like they got some wars going on. And it's also a 30Z. I'm not sure what the Z mean, so anybody from Minneapolis get in the comments and let me know. But basically, they was just protecting their hood. I'm guessing they grew up in a certain area. They had beef with the Bloods, but a lot of the names sound like homegrown gangs, like the Bogus Boys. I think that's a homegrown gang. But the 10Z and 20Z supposed to have been in South Minneapolis, So I'm not sure where the Bloods was located at. But you know, they was just like any other gang, trapping, trying to protect their territory against the ops, and stuff happened. But it seemed like these boys was trying to slide back to back. But man, when you do something brazen, like have a shootout in front of a medical center in broad daylight, you gotta know the boys coming, and they coming in full authority. You know, they trying to lock anybody up that they feel like has something to do with it. And like I said, the streets talk. So once they figured out that these were the dudes doing the alleged situations, they coming to get them, you know. And they said Minneapolis Police was trying to link them to like 50 shootings in the past few years, and was trying to say they was the reason for the high violence in the city at the time. But I'm not sure if they charged them with all them shootings or they just charged them with a few. They was able to link one blicky to one member of the gang, and they trying to say the blicky he had got caught with was using like 2 shootings on the Blood members. So yeah, man, y'all already know my slogan, man. It don't be worth it, but you know, one thing I can say, if you sign up for that, you know, your ops, your family, even the police can't get mad for what you doing, because that's what you sign up for. So I can respect the dude that choose to live that lifestyle, and he all about that lifestyle, man. But I feel like if you ain't got to, if you just trying to get cool points or be the man in your hood, but you really ain't got to go down that route, you shouldn't, because it go both ways. You might be up on the scoreboard, you might be winning, but when the ops slide back and take a few of your members, now you looking sad, you feel me? Everybody hurt. So that's how it be. It just be back and forth, don't nobody really win. One generation go to prison, the next generation be coming up, and then the new dudes coming up, they don't even know why they beefing with the ops. They just know they was born into this situation, man. So it's another ending cycle. And when you think about it, you feel me, when you think about so-called opposition and so-called people you beefing with, if you really think hard, a lot of people don't even know where it started from. If you ask members, they'll be like, oh, this happened, or this happened. They gonna have conflicted stories, but that's just how it be, man. But y'all already know, shout out to Minneapolis, Minnesota. You feel me? This another episode of Hood Tales. Y'all already know, fam. Be sure to like, comment, share. I appreciate y'all if y'all watch the video to the end. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at _Tony2times. For video ideas, be sure to email me at tony2times.biz@gmail.com. I love y'all, fam. This is another episode of Hood Tales. I'm out.